Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to talk about what legacy should a leader leave behind. And I'd like to know your answer in the comments below. And before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to slowly grow your problem-solving mindset and skill set. Now, let's get down to business. I've broken this question of what legacy should a leader leave behind into three separate factors, and each factor is broken into three separate parts. And today, we will specifically focus on the final part, or factor number 3, its root causes, and 2 tips to fix these root causes. And so factor number 3 of why we don't think about our own legacy is perhaps because of the fact that we often avoid asking ourselves the really deep and hard questions. And sometimes it's okay, but maybe it's because of a lack of knowledge, or it could be because we don't know what questions we should ask to think about life from a different perspective, right? And to understand this better, let's dive into the first root cause of why we don't ask ourselves hard questions, which is because of the fact that we don't want to confront our desires because it means more work up front. It's much easier to not do something because taking action is a mentally draining process and a frictional process that causes many of us to procrastinate and let life control us instead of us controlling our own lives, right? And to streamline this root cause, the first tip that I'll share with you today is please try to find what makes you genuinely happy and do one small thing towards that. It can be a hobby, it can be something that you find enjoyment out of, and it does not necessarily mean doing something drastic like starting a business or something more challenging, but do something that will make you a better person tomorrow and take one little action towards that goal. Now let's look at the second root cause of why we avoid asking ourselves tough questions, which is because of the fact that we don't often know what questions to ask, right? If we don't know what questions to ask ourselves to better understand what legacy we should dream of, then we will never know what the answers are going to be. And my second tip to fix this root cause is the fact that try to find your why. Or ask yourself why you do what you do, or why is your life the way it is, and what you'd like to do differently to make it better tomorrow. So get comfortable asking yourself the question why, so that you can start to know yourself much better and the things that you stand for without even realizing it, right? And these are the pieces that make up the third factor. Now, from a 30,000 feet level, this is what the big picture looks like. But before we wrap up, I have a question. What would you do to fix the root causes we just talked about? I want you to think about it and leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this particular exercise, consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel to keep rethinking your approach about more problem-solving questions. I'll see you in the next exercise.